Today's reading is going to be on Raye, the singer. So I just want to see, what is Raye's current energy? Singer's current energy. Okay, this is giving she don't want to talk. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, what's Raye's current energy? I feel like, thank God, I feel emotions. Thank God, I feel emotions. Thank God, she's not an emotional, like, you know, like I've mentioned on the channel that some celebrities that I read, I just can't, you know, feel emotions coming from them. But with Raye, I can actually feel something when I look at her energy. I feel like she's been in this business for a long time. I know that because a lot of songs she's sang and nobody really knew about her. But I feel like labels would invest in her, and it's a feeling of paying off debt. I feel like it has something to do with her label. We have the Seven of Swords. Wait, I'm gonna do. We have the Lovers in reverse. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So I feel like there's a bit of frustration here. I feel like she's the type that, and I struggle with this too, but she's the type that she sets a goal, she accomplishes it, and then she's like, okay, like what's next? She doesn't actually sit down and, you know, reap the benefits of. She's like, okay, I crushed this goal, now on to the next, on to the next. It's like, I feel like she stays in this perpetual cycle of, I don't know. It's not imposter syndrome per se. It's more so like, I gotta keep working. She's happy, but it's a feeling of never being satisfied, and that's her current energy right now. It's like, yes, there's momentum, and thank God, like I'm paying off debt or whatever. That's another thing off my plate. But eventually, she feels like she feels like she's gonna emotionally crash after this high that she's experiencing. I never wish that. I never wish that feeling on my worst enemy. That's the worst feeling like you could ever experience. You know, that's a real fear, y'all. Like being scared that your life is going great, right? It's seemingly going great, and I'm actually struggling with this right now, right? Your life is seemingly going great, and it's this fear of crashing, and then going back to square one, and then feeling like shit. I feel like she's saving more money than ever before too, which is good. I love that for her. I love that for her, honestly and truly. The fact that all her cards are in the reverse, I feel like everything is changing for her, and I guess she's realizing that, you know, everything happens for a reason, or at least she's trying to hold on to, you know, that compromise. Everything is happening for a reason, but it's like, I feel like work is keeping her mind off the fact that things are changing in her personal world. What's the energy surrounding Raye's career? What's the energy surrounding Raye's career? We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like she's fighting with her label about her music. What could be released and what can't. Two of Pentacles. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of when Machine Gun Kelly said in one of his songs, he said, I'm in debt. My schedule is so fucking hectic, but still I'm in debt. It's giving that. It's giving that. I'm sorry, but that's, I don't know how that's possible. I don't know, but that's how she feels. Career. What is the energy surrounding Raye, the singer's career? We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Tower. have the Six of Wands. And we have the Nine of Pentacles in the back of the deck. The energy surrounding Raye's career is I don't want to say slow moving. It's more so like a momentum thing. And I need to take a look at her chart, but I feel like when it comes to her success, something in her chart indicates that her success like will like come in spurts, you know, like one thing she might put out, it doesn't gain that much, you know, momentum. Then another thing that she puts out, then like it's like she blows up when she least expects it. And that's the energy surrounding her career. I mean, she's always going to have the popularity and the success, right? But it's like there's an energy of her success coming in spurts, you know. What else? Can you clarify Six of Pentacles? Can you clarify the Six? I feel like she's being invested into. Somebody is giving her money. Somebody is giving her money in regards to her career. And I feel like she's also, yeah, somebody is giving her money and like investing in her. This could be her label. What's the energy the thinker feel about her? How does Raye's current label feel about her? We have the Eight of Cups. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. How does Raye's current label feel about her? You know what? I don't know how long she was signed to that label, but I feel like they signed her, but it's an energy here of we're walking away. Like, I think they kind of underestimated her. That's weird. And I think as of now, they're starting to invest more into her. That's probably what that energy is of investing. It's like they walked away from her. Not walked away from her, but it's like they didn't really pay that much attention to her. This feels like a yeah, I feel like Raye made something out of nothing, right? I feel like they signed her, but they didn't give her a lot of money. But she was willing to take that money because I read on the internet that she said that they gave her creative freedom and they gave her the rights to her music. And I feel like with this label, that's basically what the deal is. It's like, we'll sign you and we'll give you this, but we're not going to invest a whole lot into you. And having a lot of sign-on money, it's like you pick in between having a lot of sign-on money or owning the rights to your music. It's like these bigger labels, it's like they give you a whole lot of money, but they own most of your shit, right? And so it's like, it's with Raye, it was like I'm compromising, you know, certain things. You didn't give me a lot of money when I signed on, but that's okay as long as I own the rights to my own music and as long as I, you know, have creative freedom, basically. But they underestimate her. I feel like they kind of, to a certain extent, they underestimate all their artists. Like I just mentioned, it's like, yeah, we'll give you creative freedom, you can do as you please, but we're not going to invest a whole lot of money into you because what if you flop, right? That's what that energy is. I feel like they underestimated her. And baby, you can go ahead and cry. How does Raye feel about her label? The Fool. How does Raye feel about her label? I mean, the Devil. First off, you know, they served as a new beginning for her. That's what she feels like. I still feel very controlled over here. It's like they're better, but I still feel very controlled over here. And she doesn't feel like they help a lot. She doesn't feel like they help a lot. She feels like they're very much so like a smile in your face kind of energy. But it's like, you know, I feel like this label might have like a lot of parties or something, or like they like might get together and throw events for the artists, but it's like they don't do shit. She feels like they don't really help a lot. She feels like very much so she did this on her own. But the fact that she's even signed to a label in the first place, I feel like that's what keeps her, you know, I feel like that's what makes her stay. Is the fact that she's even signed to a label in the first place makes her feel closer to the dream. So that's why she stays. I love her. Her energy is giving, oh, they got money for a motherfucking chocolate fountain, bitch, but they ain't got no money for the artist. Love her. Oh my god, that's what her energy is giving. Oh, that's how she feels. Oh, y'all got money. Y'all got money for a Christmas party. Y'all got money for a Christmas party, but y'all ain't got no money for y'all artists. That is so funny. I'm so girl. I'm sorry, but that's funny. Okay. So I want to do something. I want to ask, where is Raye's husband? First off, let's talk about the energy surrounding her love life. What is the energy surrounding Raye's love life? The sun. What is the energy surrounding Raye's love life? The moon. The tower. You know what? You know what her issue is? She honestly romanticizes. It's like she suffers from delusion, okay? It's like she feels like every man she meets, and it's like she feels like every man she meets, right, is her better half, and then this happens. It's like I think she's very picky, right? I think she's very picky about who she lets in, and then she feels like in her mind she feels like if I let you in, we're meant to be, and then this happens. Ciao. She might be in a relationship, y'all. Maybe. But if she is, it's not gonna last very long. She might be in a relationship, y'all, and if she is, it's not gonna last very long. It's not gonna last very long. The Tower card showed up in her love reading. It's not gonna last very long. And I'm so sorry, Raye. You may have thought that this person was the one. You know, she's stuck in a cycle. She's stuck in a cycle. And it's gonna take some time to kind of break that cycle. You know, she might have to realize it too, that she's in a cycle of dealing with the same man. And a lot of women do realize it, but they're not really mature enough to they don't want to fix it, you know. At least not yet. You know, some women like the toxicity. Some women like the rush of, you know, dealing with the wrong man. I know I was one of them. I still kind of am. I like me a toxic man. That's my guilty pleasure. But I realized the cycle that I was in, and I actively do work to change it, you know. Because, I don't know, some women don't get tired. Some women don't get tired of, you know, being in toxic cycles. Some women like it. And I didn't realize that I liked it because I kept being in one. I didn't realize that I liked it until I was like, you know what, like, it's just the type of men that I like. You know, I can some women can intuitively pick up, you know, basically just be drawn to men that they feel like they want to fix, you know. It's basically what I'm trying to get at. Anyways. But I'll do you one solid, Raye, because I like you. I like your energy. And you know how to sing, girl. You know how to sing down. Okay? So I'm going to ask, where the hell is your husband? Where is the soul? The singer, where is her husband? Where the hell is her husband? Five wands. Where is Raye's husband? The Wheel of Fortune. You know what? Right now. Raye's husband. Raye's husband is in a relationship. I'm picking up the energy of this individual that she's going to potentially marry. And he's very strong. I can see that in his cards because he's dealing with a lot right now. And there's this hope. Like, okay, like something's going to change. It could be in regards to his, and he might have kids. Maybe. I'm not sure. But not kids as in plural, like probably like one. Just one. And I don't think he's in complete custody of it. What the hell? Sorry, y'all. I'm surprised. That I'm even picking up on this, but I feel like he might be single and he's on child support, maybe, or he might have some custody of the kid. Something legal is going on with a kid here. But he's dealing with a lot of conflict is going on in his world, and he's just waiting for something to change. He might be suffering from a loss. He might be suffering from a loss here. When will she meet her husband? When will she meet this person? My nose itches. When will Raye meet her husband? Raye, when is my husband? Y'all, I don't know if Raye's been engaged before. I don't know, but when will she meet him? Hold on, let me reshuffle to be sure. Let me reshuffle to be sure. When will Raye meet her husband? When will Raye meet her spouse? It might be. You know what, y'all? Let me say something real quick. Let me say something real quick. Raye, I think Raye is spiritual. I think she's spiritual. And I listened to her song. That song, her song "Where's My Husband" has been on repeat. And then she said, "Tell him Grandma said it." And then her grandma was like, "Your husband is coming." I think, I think the women in her family are very spiritual. Very intuitive. Even they might not necessarily flip cards like me. They may practice some sort of divination, but I feel like Raye herself is spiritual. I don't want to say she's a witch. I don't know, but I think she is a spiritual woman, for sure. And she most definitely might be into this stuff, like a tarot card reading, an astrology reading, for sure. But when will she meet them? I feel like she is going to meet him at a gathering. It could be 6 years, the next 6 years from now, or within, you know. And I feel like they're gonna approach her. You know, no, okay. I'm singing now. Sorry, y'all, my nose itches so bad. Okay, so I see her being at a gathering. She sees a guy she thinks he's, you know, attractive or whatever, and then she starts flirting. And then, you know, it's kind of kick-started. I don't see her asking him out. I see her asking him out under the guise of, she's flirting with me. I think she's flirting with me, so let me flirt back, right? It could be, I see maybe 6 years from now. She meets this person 6 years from now, maybe three to six. I don't see the energy. And of course she's going to have connections, right? And I feel like this is going to change. I feel like in between them, she's going to have connections. And I feel like when she meets her husband, it's going to change. It just depends on what happens in her connections all the way up leading to this point, and how, if something goes wrong, how she will allow that to affect her emotions and how she sees men. It just kind of depends. She could very well still meet her husband, her potential spouse, but it all depends on how she necessarily treats him, if they get married or not. But yeah, okay. We'll Raye's next album. Hi. Say hi. That's being camera shy. Yeah, will her next album be successful? Will Raye's next album be successful? Yes, honey. And I feel like in her album, she's gonna talk her shit. Like, she really gonna talk her shit. And I feel like she's gonna be a lot more outspoken. Like, kind of like her song "Where's My Husband," where she's like a lot more direct and not so sweet, just a lot more direct, you know. Maybe even like, kind of like, you know, just like in the tone of like rapping or something. I don't know. I don't think she's gonna rap. I think it's just gonna be a lot more like direct. Yeah, I do see her album being successful. I do. Does she have longevity? Ooh, sorry. Does she have longevity in the industry? Seven of Swords. Does Raye have longevity in the industry? I would like a ring, I would like a ring, I would like a diamond ring, I would like a finger, I would like a big and shiny diamond that I can wave around and talk about it. Sorry. That she likes. If she wants to leave, then she can. They're not going to hold her hostage or anything. She has to be careful. She has to be careful about who she trusts, who she says things to. Because I see some people around her that will have no problem. I see some people that are going to come around her or already around her that have no problem exposing her. I feel like she's a very opinionated woman. And I feel like she shows the public a different, you know, sort of side of her. I feel like it's still her, you know, very sweet, you know. I haven't really seen her talk to the public that much at all, actually. I could be wrong, maybe she has, I just haven't seen her. But she really needs to be careful about who she talks shit about, too. Please remain level-headed, girl, because I feel like you're going to start talking shit about people, and then you telling these things to the wrong people, and they have no problem with recording your phone calls. They have no problem with, you know, running to the media saying, oh, and saying that, oh, Raye said this about so-and-so. Please be careful. Please don't get too big-headed. That's all I gotta say, girl. Other than that, you're good. You're good. People will love you. People love you. You're good. Just please be careful about who you talk to, about your feelings about other people. Yeah, other than that, you're solid. But yeah, that's a big thing here. Like, you really should be careful about who you talk about. to into who. You really should be careful. Because I see you talking shit, girl. I see you being a very opinionated, and it could get, and your opinions can sound very fiery, and on the outside, it could sound like you're talking shit about somebody, and yeah, just be careful. Other than that, I had a pleasure reading you, Ray, and I hope you have a good one, everybody. Bye.